Hey Elizabeth, I so enjoyed reading your paper. This is a topic that I resonate with as I myself have gone through anxiety and all of the things and figuring out coping strategies, going through therapy, things like that. So, this was a joy to read. I can say you provided great structure in your paper. You had a clear argument, your thoughts were concise. Overall had a great use of vocabulary and grammar. I didn't see a lot of mistakes in that, punctuation errors. So great job in that. Overall, it was an easy read. You provided a great oral defense. You were clear in your thoughts. You spoke well, concisely. So great job in that. And your oral defense did give me perspective on what side you were taking and how to read your essay. Overall, I felt like you had, I could feel your passion in your topic. This is something that you feel passionate about. As you said in your video, this is something you've struggled with in the past. And so, good job in portraying your thoughts in that way. I would agree with your thesis that anxiety is not a sin, but a natural response to stress. However, if anxiety is not controlled through coping strategies such as meditating on scripture, maintaining good health, and accountability within community support, then anxiety can indeed become sinful. You expound greatly on the why and hows of your topic, such as the mind and the body. You provided great information in all of those paragraphs. You had a great deal of sources. And so, even in the introduction of your paragraph, you provide a great deal of sources and quotes and just facts regarding anxiety to help your reader understand what anxiety is, its effects, things like that. I really found on page 3 a really good paragraph following your thesis. Anxiety is often described as an emotional response to, but not limited to, stress, uncomfortable circumstances, and uncertainty. A few of the emotions created from anxiety are described as fear, nervousness, irritability, and hopelessness. Anxiety can emerge from an individual through their perception of circumstances. With the impact that anxiety inflicts on the mind and body, it is essential that Christians understand how anxiety can become sinful and affect their relationship with God. I thought that was very well written, and again, your thoughts were there, and it was clear in what you were trying to say following after your thesis. So you define anxiety very well, and even when you move into your section of sin, you give biblical examples. That was one thing that I noticed throughout your entire paper is you used a great deal of scripture, but each verse fit perfectly for what you were trying to portray, which was really, really good and done beautifully. You define sin very well by taking us back to the beginning of Scripture where Adam and Eve sinned and explained that. You explain how sin impacts an individual and also the consequences of that and the separation that we have because of that, and then also the redemption that we can find thereafter in the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. There were only a few things that I found that might There were only a few things that stuck out in your paper. I'm not sure that the biblical footnotes were done correctly. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know if every scripture is to be footnoted. Also, I did feel like there were some redundant sentences. Some of the information seemed like it had already been said earlier in your paper. Also, I did feel that at the beginning, especially in the introduction paragraph, even though your thoughts were clear and concise, I did feel like there was some fluff, some things that could have been maybe taken out. It wasn't really needed information. And in all of that, had there been a little less fluff and a little bit less of the redundant information, you could have expounded more on the main point being sin and anxiety and how the two are connected and how, if not treated properly in the coping skills and what you suggest, sin or anxiety can become a sin. So I feel like you could have expounded more in your main area, but overall it was really, really good, and I so enjoyed your take on it and getting to read your paper. It was a privilege to be able to do this, and so great job overall. It was really good. It was written very well. You had a great sense of vocabulary and grammar, and overall your structure was great, so well done.